All right, what's up, man? It's your boy B Diz, the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious.
You know who it is, your boy, Mr. 4.0 with the Wu-Tang Killer hat on. You already know.
You can definitely see that shit.
It's the Wu, baby.
So we're talking about the Money in the Bank 2020. We are not going to go over the whole pay-per-view. We're going to mainly talk about the main Money in the Bank match, which is a first of its kind. It has the 6 male competitors and the 6 female competitors in the WWE corporate building all at once, and they have to make it to the roof where there's a wrestling ring and the ladders, and both the briefcases are above the ring. In a slight sense, we're going to get into it. It's kind of, for the most part, what we expected. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it was kind of cheesy too.
So, Mr. 4.0, why is it kind of cheesy?
Like, the acting, it was like they were trying to be like funny.
Yeah.
You know, and not all of them guys are funny. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they were trying, it was like almost like they were trying too hard to be funny. Except for my man Otis. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy right there. Yeah! Sandwich! Anyway, you know, but like, I think they should have, if that's the building, you know, basically that's the last time they're ever going to have that building, I feel like they should have destroyed the building more. I felt like they should have been like throwing each other, instead of throwing each other inside of conference rooms at the doors, throw them through the wall. You know what I'm saying? It just would have made it feel like more.
They should have like threw someone against a window, and you feel like they might break through the window and fall out the building and die.
I mean, yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was good, but it had some cheesy parts to it.
They made it seem like with the super hype that they did, that they were gonna like destroy the place.
Yeah,
the furniture, the walls, windows, like all kind of shit. They kind of sort of didn't
at all.
So towards the beginning of it, Asuka jumps off the balcony above everyone, and then gets in the elevator, and she is kind of by herself for majority of this. Like, she was away from everybody else that's doing everything else that's real crazy.
Yep.
We see a surprise appearance first by Stephanie McMahon. Dana Brooke hit Nia Jax with a chair, and Stephanie McMahon says that Nia Jax is knocked out. She's drooling on the floor. That's gross.
Clean that up.
And she walks away. It was good to see Steph.
That shit super duper girl.
There's some of the stuff that we expected. We see them running, chasing each other through hallways. We hear dramatic music. Like, there's some cut scenes that go from, you know, trying to organize everything.
Yeah.
A little later on, we see Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles go into Vince McMahon's office, and Vince McMahon is in there.
With his old looking ass.
Motherfucker,
like he ain't had no sleep in years.
And Boy's really upset because with WrestleMania having no live crowd, they lost like 22 million. And update for you guys is XFL thing officially got shut down again. But yeah, so it's kind of cool seeing Vince and AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan kind of like straighten up, and before they leave, they like place the chairs back and then walk out, and
it's like,
Vince like hand sanitizes his hands.
And it was so funny because I was like, I wonder if anybody's gonna use a hand sanitizer. And what does he do?
He does it. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan kind of like, and that's kind of what you're talking about. It's like they went from fighting each other to getting chewed out, and then they just talk outside of Vince's office. It was almost like a skit or something.
Yeah.
Like they just literally were just like talking, and then all of a sudden, bam, they start fighting again.
Yeah, they just did too much.
I think it was a good balance of like cheesy but kind of good, and then some of the suspense. It's like the first ever. Some of the action, they're fighting all over the place. So he was talking about they didn't really break a lot of stuff. One of the only things that got broken was towards the beginning when they were in the gym and Baron Corbin threw a weight bell
at the glass, and it was like, oh shit.
Okay.
7 years bad luck.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And then it was a part, it was just funny to me because it was a part like Daniel Bryan had like took off on it. Like, he had literally took off on it. He probably had some steps on everybody. Then next thing you know, he's getting beat up.
Yeah.
Like it was like he got to the corner and was like, oh shit.
He had to like pump the brakes. Like, how did anyone even catch him? Oh, so we have an appearance by Paul Heyman.
That was fun.
He has this big ass table that has like Thanksgiving dinner on it, and Mr. 4.0 called. He's like, well, everyone's gonna probably show up, and then they're gonna fuck up all the food that's there. I did not see a food fight coming. We never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was pretty freaking funny.
Otis was like, food fight!
He just like completely just like face planted Paul Heyman with a bunch of food.
And everybody's just like...
Everybody stood there like, oh shit. And then a food fight breaks out.
Yeah.
What else we have? We have Nia Jax power bombing Carmella through a table.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it looks like she didn't hurt her like Nia Jax hurts everybody else. We had a little bit of the guys hitting the girls or the girls hitting the guys. Like Shayna Baszler put Rey Mysterio in the Coquina Clutch, which is a sleeper hold. So that was kind of cool.
Otis did exactly what he was supposed to do. And as like you see everybody in the back, like you hear people fighting. They're fighting. And all of a sudden you hear somebody go sandwich, and then you turn around. Otis has a sandwich in his mouth and he's eating the sandwich and shit. He did his part. You know what I'm saying? Always like I can say he's one of my favorite this generation. You know what I'm saying? Wrestlers. I mean, I'm a big Undertaker fan. Always have been. Always will be. But I think Otis is definitely one of the new up and coming, you know what I'm saying, wrestlers, because he can actually wrestle.
Yeah. He's
pretty decent on the microphone, and he's funny as hell.
Yeah. As far as like the comic relief wrestlers, he's probably the one.
And especially with especially with them losing so much money right now, like they need that. You know, they need a funny guy.
Oh, speaking of your man, there's a part where AJ Styles is by himself and he's in a hallway. And there's this big ass Undertaker picture on the wall, and he goes into the office or a room that's right next to it, and the whole room is like purple. There's a casket in it. AJ Styles is kind of like freaking out.
No way.
He knows what happened to him at WrestleMania when he got buried.
And then Black comes and punches him, and basically shuts him in the room. He's like, no. Yeah,
AJ was like screaming for his life like he was about to die. They were in the kitchen. They were in the gym. They were in hallways. They were in stairways and the elevators. So eventually we get to the roof.
So they get to the roof, right?
Asuka's
there. She's like basically about to get it.
And I think Nia Jax shows up next.
Yeah.
Well, it might have been, I think it was Nia Jax that showed up next.
And then they're going at it. Everybody's knocked out. She climbs up. Here comes
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, he comes. He's like, I'm going to the roof. So he goes up to the roof. That was corny, but that's what he did. And, so he's like, all right, cool. So he's trying to climb up the ladder. They're both climbing the ladder. They're both reaching. She's slapping his hand. She slaps him twice and then kicks him off. Then she gets it. Oh, yeah, okay. And then it's like, then they go to Otis. I like Otis, don't get it twisted. But how the hell did he beat everybody up there? He was the last one to leave the room in the food fight.
Yeah, you had the prediction that when everyone's fighting, he would kind of like slide out and just take the elevator all the way to the top. Which was a good prediction. That would have been very funny.
It was just to think you would have Asuka still, you know what I'm saying, still on the ladder, but it was like she just disappeared.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, she was just like, it was like you blinked your eye and she was gone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Otis, you know what I'm saying? So he comes up, whatever. He tries to get on the ladder, but the ladder keeps breaking.
There were some people that were thrown off the roof of the building, guys.
Man, look, so, okay.
This is what you guys been waiting for.
Okay, so look, so that watch movies and people getting thrown off the roofs or whatever, it's like
and then like that all like fades away because they're falling so far away.
Man, he throws one, they fight, he throws one guy over, it's like, really? Then he throws another guy. Like, that shit right there was that was dumb.
That to me was like, okay, so what are they doing? So they're pretend throwing people off of 8-story buildings now.
Like, it was just like,
and they're falling on top of like potato bags.
Yeah, like that's what it sounded like.
How do you feel about the winner of the Money in the Bank on the male side?
How it happened was so dope because nobody, obviously, Otis couldn't get it because of the he was too big for the ladder. So
we have AJ Styles and Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Baron Corbin. Yeah, remember they both got it. They both holding their hands.
Yeah, they unhooked the briefcase and both their hands are on the briefcase at the same time.
And then what's the guy the guitar guy that plays the music and jokes everybody when he comes to their city?
That's not him. That was Elias. He wasn't in it.
It was. Remember, Elias came in and hit him with the guitar.
For real?
Yeah, you didn't see that part?
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, because I don't like him. Baron, yeah. hit him, and then he like lost it, and then AJ was trying to fumble it, and then it landed in Otis's hands.
Yeah.
And Otis was like, "Yeah,
He said,
money in the bank, money in the bank." So I mean, it was.
I think they did something good because, I mean,
it was good.
Depending on how far they plan it out, I think it was a good risky choice because I think Otis realistically was like at the bottom of winning.
Yeah, because
like,
I
least
was
likely.
expecting him to win it. Because I even said, I was like, he's not going to win. They put him in the match because it brought the comedian side to it.
Yeah.
But he actually won.
Yeah.
So that's pretty intense because does that mean him and his partner are over with now?
Yeah, we haven't seen Tucker in weeks.
So, like,
they could have been secretly split up because Otis has the story mode with Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
And he just won Money in the Bank, which is one of the biggest moments of any wrestler's career, debatably. So, Asuka winning, I think that was probably the best bet. For the men's, I thought AJ was going to win because he's the heel, and AJ going against Braun would be good. AJ going against Drew McIntyre would be good. So it was like a pretty solid.
Yeah.
But they did something that most people didn't expect. Like, oh, there's no way Otis is going to win. Yeah, there's no way. Like,
and you can see AJ is just like, no. Otis is like, yeah, money in the bank. Yeah.
As far as a really, really quick summary is, none of the titles changed hands. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions stay the same.
New Day, right?
New Day, they're still the champs. Braun Strowman beat Bray Wyatt.
All right, New Day.
Kept the belt.
Like
Bayley beat Tamina.
Don't you think it's time for her to lose it?
Bayley? Oh yeah.
Just like the man, she needs to lose it too.
Yeah, she didn't defend her title. The Intercontinental title wasn't defended. The Raw Tag Team titles wasn't defended. It was like they had 4 or 5 matches, and then they had the main Money in the Bank match. They had R-Truth go against MVP, but then Bobby Lashley ended up coming out and just squashed R-Truth.
What's that all about?
It was nothing. There was no build up to it. It didn't mean anything.
Some filler shit.
It was filler. It was definitely filler. On the pre-show, we had Jeff Hardy against Cesaro. Jeff Hardy won. I wanted him to lose. The main thing is the whole, they're still building up the story with Sasha and Bayley. Because even when they got interviewed backstage, she was interviewing Bayley and then interviewing Sasha. And when she talked to Sasha, she was almost like trying to wedge their relationship. And Bayley like cut her off. Didn't even let Sasha Banks say anything. And Bayley's like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. So, we always try to talk about how your girl's going to get the belt. So they're planting the seeds on that. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, they're both heels.
I mean, yes, I mean, yeah, they're both heels. So.
And which I've said before is, I think the only way your girl can get the belt now is if because again, I told you in this match, Sasha Banks actually helped Bayley not get pinned and probably lose, so she saved her again. And the only way that I think that Sasha can get into the title picture is if Bayley straight up like backstabs Sasha after everything she's done for her, and then Sasha calls out Bayley like, hey man, we've been beefing, we've been friends for all these years, how about we have a match for the title? And Bayley's neither gonna be a coward and escape that or be a fighting champion and accept it. That's more so, I think, some of the only way that Sasha, I think her time is going to be SummerSlam, which would be better than now because SummerSlam is debatably bigger than Money in the Bank. So especially if you feel like the show from what you saw was kind of, like the top 4 pay-per-views are WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. Those are the main 4. The story is building. It's like a half a scream. Like you don't even get the whole shit out. Okay, we'll talk about that. Asuka won. She can either challenge. She could challenge any champion. She could challenge Charlotte, or she could challenge Bayley, or she could challenge any champion.
But you think she would challenge Charlotte, with Charlotte being the champion of NXT?
No, I think that's the least likely.
Now she could challenge Bayley, actually beat Bayley, and then Banks has her shot.
That could happen.
Because then technically speaking, they can still be heels, both of them, without them actually going against each other.
That's good. So Otis, do you think he's going to challenge Drew McIntyre or Braun Strowman?
I think he's just going to keep it unless there's a time, unless there's like a time limit.
You're allowed to have it for a year.
Yeah, so I think he's going to keep it. Be funny with it or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Or like maybe lose it somehow, maybe because people have like had matches where they put their briefcase on the line.
I know one of the guys was in this Money in the Bank.
I know Baron Corbin is the one that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
He's one of the only ones to try to cash it in and lost in seconds.
Because I don't really see who he could pop, because both of them is like a lose for Otis.
Yeah, exactly.
Like both of them is like a lose.
He's not going to beat Drew McIntyre. He's not going to beat Braun Strowman.
I mean, he just basically got the title.
He did. He just got it at WrestleMania.
You know, that's what I'm saying. And I don't know. I think he's just going to keep it and somehow make some kind of like comedian.
Make a good story out of it.
Like,
yeah.
If there's a title on line and they they beat the shit out, because that's basically what's going to happen. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. And then he might come down and be like, do his little dance or whatever, and be like, nah.
That would be cool.
You know what I'm saying? And then walk off. Like, I don't know. Like, now that he got it, I really want to know, like, how they're going to push him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his storyline now? Like,
I think it was definitely shock value of him winning it, though. He was, like, the least expected.
Like, he was even shocked. But even, I know everybody watched it was like, that fat guy.
My face was like this when he won it. I was like,
but I can't believe you didn't see your boy come out with a guitar and smack your boy in the back, man.
Elias showed up.
Yeah, Elias showed up and smacked him in the back with the guitar, man.
My face might have been in my phone. I don't even know. That was crazy.
See, if it was in your phone, that means you really wasn't enjoying it.
All right, guys. So thanks for checking out the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy V-Diz, the Rockstar.
It's your boy Mr. 4.0 with the Wu-Tang Killer hat on.
Nice ass hat. Like the video, comment below, and let us know what you think about the video and what you think about the Money in the Bank 2020. What you liked, what you didn't like. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Peace.